Hello, YouTube. This will be my first review for Ballerina, the new John Wick spin-off movie that came out just last week. I saw it once last week, and then I saw it this week for Father's Day. I took my dad out to see it. He loved it. He's loved the John Wick franchise for since I started watching it. But happy Father's Day. This video will be up on Father's Day. But happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there that have done amazing. This movie kind of fits a Father's Day vibe. It's about a young Eve Macaro who tracks down the killers that killed her father. And there's another little soft spot for a father-daughter type of relationship. Overall, this movie is John Wick style, revenge type. A lot of guns, a lot of action, a lot of different types of action too. A lot of killings that I never expected either. Not even gonna lie. Eve sold me on a lot that she could do, sold me on being a Rascaroma type assassin like John. Good that this movie does do is not try to say that she's better than John Wick. Because we all know in this universe, not too many people are better than John. Not too many people can hold their own against John Wick. So for her to come into this universe and say, hey, you know what? I'm doing my own thing. I'm just here to find who killed my father, and then I'll go on about my merry way. That's something you want from every type of movie. You don't want females that come into this universe saying, I'm the new version of this character. I am my own character. And that's what even Ana de Armas, who plays Eve, said. I'm not here to be John Wick. I'm here to play as Eve and do better than that. So she does very well. Ana de Armas sold me when I think it was No Time to Die. In the James Bond movies, she did very well in those as an action star. Loved her in Ghost with Chris Evans, and again, she killed it as an action star. So to see her do a main role where she's everywhere, she has to do everything, and this isn't most fake Hollywood movies with how they fight and how they use weapons. Because even Norman Reedus, who's in the movie, his character, he even said, I had to learn a lot. It's not like The Walking Dead to where you just pick up something and shoot. No, you have to learn the movement of the gun, the actions, the bolts, the everything. And it showed with Norman. He did pull his own weight with using a weapon in this movie. So kudos to Norman Reedus. The movie takes place between chapters 2 and 3 of the John Wick movies. I'm sorry, 3 and 4. My apologies. Which it shows when Eve just finally gets established. She meets John, and that's when he was walking to go leave the Rascaroma to go. I think he was going out of the country to go find who can set him free. So it's literally the beginning of the third movie, which I'm not mad at that. I just wish the movie was set between 2 and 3, not 3 and 4, because the timing is often for me in those movies. But that's a different story for a different day. This movie just overall is good on its own. It does hold its own in many ways. It doesn't mess up where most movies would have on timelines that the MCU fell off of with its timings and stuff. But overall, Ana de Armas killed it. She really wasn't, again, she wasn't trying to prove anything besides that the only thing she needed to prove was that she was able to fight. And it showed her training. And I like movies that show training for males and female characters because it shows that they're actually willing to put in the work. And it shows that they are willing to grow, expand, and do many things with their fighting styles or how they want to fight and their shooting and everything. It wasn't just she's better in every way. No, she learned how to fight. So kudos to Yannis and the team to make that real. Keanu Reeves as Sean Wick is in the movie for a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Nothing that's gonna steal the movie. He was just there to either give her a choice to either stay or go, and it was a great little action piece between the two. Overall, the story felt kind of flat. It was just like it's just John Wick. What can you expect from a John Wick movie that has built up so much in the past day? Pretty much almost 10 years because I think the last movie came out in 2023. So you for a cleaned up house. It's a little sad that this movie doesn't do well. They probably won't do any more side projects, but I still want a John Wick prequel. You know, how did we get to see the man, the myth, the legend himself become the assassin, the Baba Yaga, to put fear into men's heart? Even in this movie, when he goes somewhere, they're like, it's just John Wick. And it's like, that's your problem. It's John freaking Wick. And the ending leaves for many possibilities of doors and very many sequels and whatever spin offs they have planned for the John Wick universe. And overall, it does its part for being in this universe. I will not sit here and say it didn't. At first, it kind of was like, why did we need this movie? But it was more or less they just wanted to have fun with the different characters instead of just John, because again, in the fourth movie, he did perish in a very ceremonial way. So did Lance Reddick, but he's in this movie. But again, it's a prequel set between 3 and 4, and to see Lance again, even for even the small bit he was just in, it just brings a tear to your eye because that man has been with this movie since the first one, and to see him not going to reprise his role and be in these movies anymore, it's kind of sad because again, he's been with the movie franchise for almost 10 plus years, and even if he was just a small time little front office man that just said good evening, Mr. Wick, he was just a great actor that passed, and overall he brought a good vibe to the movie. Again, it doesn't fall to the, I'm going to say, the woke status of a female being better than everyone. It's just a good assassin that knows her training, and that's something that most movies, I will even say that this movie should have been what Black Widow should have been in 2021. You feel the spy thriller type vibe that you get from it. You feel that Ana de Armas held her own with so much, and she got pretty beat up too. Stabbed a couple times, a couple of good bruises, and I like that. I like to see movies take that type of approach instead of just saying, "Oh, I'm better than this character. I'm better than this one." And she got beat up. She's not just some invincible god. Even John Wick got beat up a lot in his movies. So I think it's good that they took that approach and not made her invincible or made her untouchable, because that's what you need to make your franchise believable. Not somebody that's just better than everyone, somebody that gets the snot beat out of them, male, female. Even if it was a dog, I'd want them to take some pretty decent hits. Spoilers. She gets her revenge. Norman Reedus' character was the son of the father who runs the cult in this movie that just deals in killings for sport. Nothing too insane, nothing too crazy. Just, they're not what John Wick's Assassin's Guild, pretty much, I want to say the Resca Roma was. They had morals, they had rules, and you abided by them. If you didn't, you would be either killed or let go. But in this guild, they no holds barred. You break the rules, you're about the same way. You are going to get killed. Norman Reedus' character is a son, and he tried to run away from it, just like Eve's dad did. And well, Eve's dad did find a way to meet the afterlife. Norman Reedus' character did not, but his daughter is the heir to being run from the grandfather if he does perish. They didn't, again, the story didn't expand on that afterwards. They just said that the daughter is back with the father, and I guess they're happy, but that's something that just doesn't sit right with me with that type of ending. But I am not the directors. It would be cool if the second movie expanded on that. I do want to see more of Eve Macaro's character, see how she takes on more, because again, at the end of the movie, she does have a bounty on her head, because even Winston said, you're gonna still have a lot to deal with. It's not just you cut the head off and now it's done. Body still moves and it can do more than what you want it to. So you just need to be on your best behavior. And she finds out pretty quick that right away, towards the end of the movie, there's a ray of bounty on her head. From who? We don't know. John Wick's character was set to kill her in close to the end of the movie. The movie's pretty long for what it should have been, but I give it its flowers. The action does very well. Gave him his own little action sequence, which I loved. It was beautiful. Just to hear people say it's just John Wick, he's just one man. And you do realize that this man ran all the way in New York to kill a man that burned down his house and broke the contract that they had abided, and tried to hide from him in the Continental, and then proceeded to murder said man in said Continental. I think John Wick's past being just one man. Excuse me. Um, um, Nothing crazy for the story. It's just a revenge story. Don't really get, again, you're just dealing with people who are shooting guns, and that's all you could ask for in this movie. Guns, crazy, great revenge story from a girl who just wanted revenge for her father being dead. I respect that from Eve. De Artemis is a very good action star. I do hope the best for her after this, because again, she did amazing from her emotional parts to her parts. Like, there's not too many cuts that proved, oh, Anna can't do this. No, with grenades, her with knives, her with her pistol. He just stole the movie. She did what she needed to do as a lead and just make people believe that she can do close to what most of these assassins could do against John or John himself. Um, this is my review on it. It's a very good movie to just turn your brain off and just enjoy the action. You're going to be thrown more into the universe about these guilds, about being, you just want more out of it. You don't just want it to end here and never be seen again, because why wouldn't you? You want to be invested in these type of movies. You want to know, how did John get this way, or how did, you know, most of these characters become who they are now. And I kind of want that for this franchise, to build more off of it and see, takes Eve Macaro's character in all this after, events of John Wick Chapter 4, after her Ballerina movie. Um, Give it its flowers, 8 out of 10. Overall, great summer movie. There's still a lot to come out this year between this month and August. So buckle in for a lot of more movie reviews. I hope to have How to Train Your Dragon sometime soon. Great reviews on it. It's a great adaptation, which I'm already proud of. Better than what Lilo and Stitch was. So let's hope for the best. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.